Hey guys, hope you're doing alright. I just released a new single, so I thought I'd show you a bit of what's going on inside my Pro Tools session here. So let's get straight to it. Let's start with the intro. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Couple of things. So it's basically a certain chord sequence repeated 2 times. And the filter is slowly opening up. It sounds very muffled in the beginning, right after the storm. And then the second time around, it's just full frequency spectrum for the most part. So what I did to keep things interesting is I've added the radio chatter, the guitar part, the choir, but I've used up this chord sequence 2 times already. So what comes next is gonna have to be different. And it's a pre-chorus that leads straight directly into the chorus.
Believe in ghosts, Buck?
Alright, so a couple of things I want to point out here. There is some layering going on in this chorus. So I've taken the same MIDI notes, the same chords, and I've used them to trigger different synths with different kinds of sounds, and then I've mixed them together. So let's see, down here I believe there's one. Yeah. So this sound. Typical Chillwave sound, love it. Very, it has a lot of character, but it is a little muffled. And so I've used those same notes to trigger this one as well. So same notes, right? But it has a little more of that high-end energy. And so together, they just give me a fuller sound. Right? And then something similar I did with the main chords here. So the main layer here is this sound right here. I wanted just a tad bit more sizzle, and so I just had another synth play just a couple notes. It's not even the same chord, it's just single notes. Right? Very small detail, but together right? It makes it just a little more interesting. And both these sounds are pretty bright. So I felt there was something missing in terms of something that would just sit in the back and kind of play a supporting role. And that's what I got this sound for. with lots of reverb, much more muffled. Like the first two sounds, it felt like they were just there, close up front, very close to the listener. And this sound felt like it was like way in the back. But I'm gonna play you all three together now and listen to what happens when I take this last song away. Like everything sounds very dry. This just, I don't know. It just keeps everything together nicely. And so, yeah, that's something I wanted to point out. And also on this song and on the chorus in particular, I did use several guitar tracks. Well, several. It's 3 or 4 guitar tracks, which I think are kind of cool. So the first two are these right here. Very vintage, with that tremolo effect. And then, of course, let's see if I can isolate the rhythm section here. Very plasticky, but this is a very typical sound of 80s pop. And so I just thought it added a nice rhythmic, almost percussive layer in there. And so, yeah, so that's the chorus. Let's see what comes next. So, believe it or not, these are the same chords as the first two verses, or the intro, if you will. Couple of things that are interesting here as well. So, this is where the imagery starts. So, at the beginning, imagine being underwater, right? And the sound responsible for that is, let me see if I can find it. Doesn't this feel a bit like being underwater, right? And then you got those guitars, again, very ambient, lots of reverb. And so the image here is a wonderful beach with white sand, crystal clear water, palm trees, and you just took a dive and you're just swimming there, relaxing, chilling. And then you get out, you have a shower, you get dressed, and when the sax solo kicks in, I imagine this like rich 80s businessman with his oversized suit and his humongous mobile phone, with a delicious drink in his hand, just looking out the window. And there's a beach, of course, and a pool and beautiful people and palms. And he's just enjoying his vacation in this luxury hotel. That's kind of the image I got there. And then what comes next is just another chorus. And this is interesting actually, because I'm repeating the chorus a second time, and you know me by now, I don't want things to get boring, so I have to add something on top of the chorus. And so I just thought I'd bring in this extra guitar part, because we didn't have enough guitars, right? A tad bit more distortion from what we're used in this track maybe, but very soft still, right? We're not going hard rock or anything. And then, again, layering stuff on top of each other, I have this this sound here, playing the exact same notes. And if you're an anime fan, and specifically school anime, then you will recognize this immediately. This is kind of the chime sound they use when classes are over, right? But I just thought it added a nice little high frequency element to the guitars. Just something a little different, right? And then the song slowly dies off and that initial storm comes back again. And as I am lowering the volume progressively, I am drenching the sound in reverb so that it gets the sound lower in volume but wetter, right? Because I have the storm going on, so it almost has to feel like it's getting wet and there's water everywhere. I don't know, I had that kind of image in mind. So so yeah, that's Shades of Comfort. Now, how did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments. And specifically, I want to know your opinion on all those guitar tracks, because you might have noticed by looking at my session that they are actually all samples. So it's virtual instruments and samplers that I play on my keyboard. And I did tweak them quite a bit, you know, in order to make them sound as authentic as possible. And in my opinion, they sound like real guitars, you know, but I am biased, right? I don't have a fresh set of ears, and so I want to know your opinion. Do these guitars sound like real guitars? Like, would you have been able to tell they are not actually real guitar tracks if I hadn't told you? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the single, I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description box. Number one, it's going to be one of those fancy hyperlinks where you can just click on it and you will be presented with the option to stream the song on whichever platform you enjoy most. So if you're a Spotify guy, you click on the link, you will see the Spotify option. If you're a Deezer guy, that is going to be there as well. Apple, Amazon, iTunes, whatever it is you're using, it's going to be there, conveniently packed in just one single link. But if you want to go beyond that, if you want to support me and maybe purchase the single for $1 or more, I'm going to leave the link to my Bandcamp page where you can do just that. And finally, if you like to see me perform, well, not this single yet, but I'm going to add it, of course, but the rest of my tracks, I'm going to leave the link to my sessions profile. I stream 3 to 4 times a week, so you can check out my link to see when I stream, check out my schedule, and maybe join a show or two. So that's going to be there in the description box as well. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your opinions, and I'll see you next time. Take care.